Hey guys, it's Angelo, and so today's gonna be somewhat of a different video. I couldn't sleep last night basically at all. Um, it becomes difficult to think really because these thoughts are looming in my head, and I have to just address this, right? There's just no way. I really tried not to, but Blizzard and World of Warcraft keep throwing things in front of me that make it incredibly difficult not to talk about them. Okay, so in this video, I'm not going to be talking about the recent allegations. I think very much about that has been said by many other great content creators already. And apart from that, it's, in my opinion, not my place to talk about that. My channel focuses on other things. That being said, it's definitely a major reason why I'm making this video, because apart from all of the other crazy stuff I'll be talking about, that was absolutely the point where I absolutely felt more comfortable sharing my point of view with all of this, right? Because the truth is, I've been feeling pretty negative about Blizzard for quite a while. And for those of you who have been watching my stream a past couple of months ago, you will know that I quit streaming, really. I don't really stream anymore. And this has nothing to do with me. Well, rather, this has nothing to do with me as a person. It has much more to do with the fact that it becomes very difficult to support Blizzard and to live stream a game that frustrates me very frequently, right? So, first and foremost, no, I'm not going to be stopping YouTube. None of that stuff. I just need to get a couple of thoughts out of my head because they're insanely annoying. So, currently, World of Warcraft just isn't really feeling good at all. It feels terrible logging in. I logged in this morning to do Torghast, to do all of my weekly chores, and that's exactly how they feel at this point. They feel legitimately like they're just chores, nothing else. I log in, I have to do my Korthia dailies. I really don't want to. The only reason I have to do them is for 3 sockets that I put on 2 rings and on a necklace, because everything else has domination sockets on them anyways. After that, I need to just finish the Jailer weekly quest and the Assault. Look, all of that, it's not fun at all. It feels like Blizzard doesn't care anymore, really, because of the systems they design. The domination socket nerf that is coming next week, which reduces the potency of the domination sockets by or the domination bonuses by 50%, is absolutely insane. It feels very bad even thinking about that, but what's worse is that that wasn't there in the first place. It must have been clear already long ago that these domination sockets are insanely powerful, way more powerful than anything should be in the game. I think I talked about that in a recent video of mine. If I haven't, I'll tell you now. In last week's vault, because I got a domination socket piece and I could actually put in my domination bonus, I ranked the domination bonus up to rank 3. And just out of that one vault alone, I basically got a 1000 DPS increase flat just out of the vault, basically, right? I picked the item, I slotted the gems in, and I was good. Which is pretty insane. I mean, it's crazy. But anyways, I drift. Apart from that, of course, the domination sockets are really weird to farm, so people who don't have the bonuses have to do quite a lot to get them. Like, they have to be lucky. That's just all there is to it. Sure, they can run normal mode, they can run heroic mode, and they could even run mythic mode, but you have to legitimately be lucky to get them. And the discrepancy between having the luck to have them and the amount of damage you can deal with the socket bonus is atrociously high. In my opinion, it's just unfair, and this makes it a really bad system. Now, Preach Gaming, as well as I believe Bellular was, we're already talking about some developers linking the domination socket system to the tier sets, which I don't know how you could do that at all. Like, they aren't similar in the slightest of ways to a tier set. That's genuinely beyond me, but okay, it is what it is. The Mythic Plus affixes in the current season feel incredibly weak. They feel not really thought through, at least in my personal opinion, And the worst part about this, they feel copy-pasted from patch 8.3. They feel like the cheap version of the heralds of patch 8.3, which were actually pretty good, but these are just not good at all. Maybe that's just me, I cannot speak for everyone, but for me, this season in terms of affixes isn't fun at all. None of the powers are powerful, none of the tormentors are powerful, really. It's just there, you know what I mean? It's just there, it doesn't really do anything about anything. Again, it feels like you don't really care anymore. I'm sorry to say it the way I have to say it. I've been feeling this way since Battle for Azeroth, really. In BFA, it wasn't as bad, because before BFA, we had Legion, and Legion was a pretty good expansion. In my personal opinion, I can't speak for everyone, I wouldn't dare to, especially with the RNG that was involved in the legendaries. In my opinion, Legion was pretty good. After Legion, we got BFA. I don't know what happened, maybe a shift in management, shift in developers, I have no idea. But BFA was pretty bad. I think we can all agree on that. That's basically the common consensus. BFA was a terrible expansion. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, in my opinion at least. And patch 8.3 was pretty good. Patch 8.3 was decent. The rest of BFA was not good at all. It feels like Blizzard isn't listening to the feedback we're giving. And I'm going to give you a very spec-specific example of this. It's a small one, but it's a relevant one in my opinion. So in Legion, the Void Bolt would work the same way it does now. So once you enter Void Eruption, your first Void Bolt isn't on the global cooldown, right? You can basically immediately use it. In Battle for Azeroth, this was changed for some understandable reason. I don't know why. And they just never changed it back. There's no way, there was no reason for it. It was never changed back to the way it was. So all of Battle for Azeroth, the first Void Bolt in your Void form was on the global cooldown, so you couldn't actually use it. One Void Bolt for every Void form for all of BFA was non-existent. It was just never actually usable. They changed that again, fortunately, in Shadowlands with the Shadow Priest rework, which was good. In my personal opinion, I'm happy for that, but I know many of you would like the BFA Shadow Priest back. But look, it is the way it is. This brings us to another problem, at least in my opinion, and that is, why are there no vendor legendaries? Or rather, why are there no legendaries that I can swap around at a vendor? Or to put it even more specific, why can't I, for example, go to the Primus, give him my legendary, tell him, look bro, I don't want this anymore, and the Primus will then give me my Soul Cinders or Soul Ash back at a certain conversion rate, so I get less back than I put in. But in contrast, I can then go ahead and I can make a new legendary. Why is that not the case? So let me explain to you what I have to do, only so that I can effectively play Necrolord as my Covenant. I now have to go out, I have to continue farming Torghast. I have to clear Torghast, I have to get the Soul Cinders, I have to get the Soul Ash. I then have to swap my legendaries, or I have to craft a legendary. I then have to switch Covenants. I have to level up the rest of the remaining Renown. I know it goes relatively fast, it's still a lot of game time that flies into that. I have to reach on the Covenant, right, and I have to rank back up. And once all of that is done, only then am I effectively able to play Necrolord. And I think that's a shame. I think that's a lot of unnecessary work for something that should have been, in my opinion, baseline. Look, the whole Covenant system is terrible. I don't want to talk about the Covenant system because that deserves a video of its own. I've already noticed, starting with the Azerite system, that something in the game design in this game is going really, really, really bad. They've expanded on this with Torghast, because in patch 9.1, Torghast was terrible, and people didn't call it Choreghast for a reason, because that's exactly what it was. And let's not lie to ourselves, that's exactly what it is. The only reason it's not all of a chore anymore is because I can get renown from it, and I can also get an infinite amount of Soul Ash, really. That's really the only reason why you should rerun Torghast ever. There's no other reason. If you're talking about the tower knowledge, look, let's not fool ourselves. That should have been in the game in patch 9.1. Why it wasn't, I have no idea. But in my personal opinion, I'm not going to say, hey, look, you know what? Good job, Blizzard. Because no, absolutely not. It should have been in. The legendary system should have been the way it was, Or rather, the way it is in 9.1, it should have been that way in 9.0. Why do I have to run Torghast for 5 weeks just to craft a legendary on the max level? Why? Why am I forced to play parts of this game that are obviously not fun at all? Anyways, let's move on. The worst part about all of this is that all of these systems will be getting taken away again. Basically, in maybe next patch, who knows where Shadowlands is going. If not next patch, then the patch after that. So everything I've worked for, my Covenant, my Legendaries, Torghast, all of that is gone, right? And sure, you can argue, well, it isn't really gone, it stays with you. That's not really an argument in this case, because it doesn't matter if it stays with you. You are never going to use it again. This started with garrisons. It was kind of annoying. It reached its absolute peak with Legion when I invested all of the time into the artifact weapons just for the artifact to just be gone again. Completely, absolutely gone. With Battle for Azeroth, it wasn't that bad because I don't really care or didn't care about the Heart of Azeroth at all. So I was happy to see that thing gone, but it's a terrible feeling investing all of your active game time into systems that are just going to be taken away again, right? That's terrible. And at this point, I want to say that, in my opinion, the best thing that Blizzard has done in all of 2020, just my opinion, was releasing the Burning Crusade Classic. And if the best thing you can come up with is to re-release a game you've released 15 years ago, then, in my opinion, something is going wrong. I'm kindly asking you, Blizzard, to watch this video. Many of your systems are terrible. I have to say it as it is. I cannot sugarcoat it any longer. I have to be honest, right? I've been a great supporter of the game. Blizzard, as well as World of Warcraft, have enabled me to self-employ myself by making videos about World of Warcraft. I mean, in my personal opinion, that's a great honor, and it's a privilege. But the direction this game is taking, as well as the developer or the company itself, is atrocious. And it's scary, legitimately. And I believe I speak for many if I tell you that I'm actually losing sleep over this. Because I don't understand, and it doesn't make any sense. It feels like we're at the mercy of Blizzard, right? If Blizzard says left, we have no choice. We have to go left. If they say right, we are forced to go right. There's no interaction. There's no communication. It's just eat this or don't eat at all. And it's a really bad feeling. Right. I just wanted to get this out, see how it resonates with you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and be sure to let me know how you feel in the comments down below. As always, thank you all so much for watching and for listening, my friends. Have a wonderful day. I hope you can continue to have fun in patch 9.1, and I will see you all in the next one.